Alright guys, what's going on? RC Knockout. I'm back with another video. Now, in the last video that I posted, I put these Power Hobby belted wheels and tires on this Traxxas XMaxx. And another upgrade that I'm really excited about is I just bought this, well, I bought it about a month and a half ago. It took a while to get here because I had to order it from Russia. But it's one of the Unbreakable bodies. Alright guys, so now looking up close at this body, this is I think it's called Unbreakable Body. I think this is a version 3. I think it's a new body style they just came out with. It's a it's a Toyota Tacoma TRD. I wasn't able to find the decals because I wanted to purchase the decals for like the grill, the emblem, the headlights, but I didn't find anywhere online that had those. But they'd probably get beaten up pretty quick anyhow. So I did have to cut it out. It came in just one molded piece. I had to cut out the fenders, cut down all around here, cut all around the bumper, and I had to do quite a bit of cutting just to make it work with this x-maxx, because originally I just wanted the bumper to go flush across here, like such, just flush. But I ended up having to cut this huge kind of divot out of the front bumper in order for it to fit around the front bumper brace, which I'll show you once I show you how it mounts up. So yeah, I had to cut that around, which I didn't really like doing. And around the back I had to do the same thing for the bumper supports. I had to cut out these little divots in the back of the bumper in order for it to go around the rear bumper supports, because otherwise it was just smashing down on it too much, and then it was just smashing the body up. Even though this is an unbreakable body, it should be able to take it just fine. And I did have to do some cutting, obviously, in order to install the latches. Had to drill all the holes. And as you can see up here, I didn't have any body washers, so what I used is some of the extra trimming pieces that I had from trimming the body up. I just ended up cutting up some pieces and using them as reinforcements so these screws don't pull through the body. So hopefully that works well. In the back I didn't. I did end up just using washers here on the back, here and here, and I just ended up cutting out. Let's see if I can get it pushed down. It's kind of difficult still to close. Got that closed up. The holes do not match up with the original holes in the stock XMaxx body. I had to drill them quite a bit further forward. And also another thing I had to do is this part right here that slips underneath of the front. Well, let me grab this right here. The part that slips right up under here, underneath the shock towers, this bit right here, that's been cut down probably over an inch, because otherwise it stuck out all the way to like here, and I couldn't slip this piece underneath of here. There's just no way. So I ended up cutting probably about at least 3/4 of an inch to an inch off, and then sanded it down. And that's the only way to make this body fit, because I tried everything to get this body to fit up, but there's no way. I have this I guess roll cage support pushed all the way back, as far back as it can go, so it can't go back any further. And these holes, I wish they would have mounted like 3/4 of an inch further back, but unfortunately they didn't, because it's a very tight squeeze to get this to go underneath of the chassis, or up underneath the shock tower and clip in there. It's just a really tight fit. And like I said, this is mounted as far back as I possibly could mount it. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how I get the body on. It takes quite a bit of muscle. It's a really tight fit, but I'll try to muscle it on for you guys. So yeah, like I said, I had to cut this down quite a bit, about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, just so I could have enough room to slip this up underneath of the shock tower. So let's see if I can actually get it done. So put it down like such. I actually have to kind of grab and push it up underneath the shock tower like that. and then lift and get that back portion far enough forward. And there, it's on. But yeah, that's a really tight fit to get that to go on. And like I was showing you earlier, I had to trim. Let's see if I can show you guys. Let's get this turned. I had to trim all up under here in order to make this fit around this shock support right here and here. I had to do quite a bit of trimming, as well as in the back. But actually in the back, see, the body's a little too long, so it actually slips over the bumper a little bit easier than if it were to go in front of the bumper. But yeah, you can make it work in front of the bumper. Let me lift this up. But like I was saying, the body's a little too long, so if you look, this is bulging it inward right here because it's just pushing, the bumper's pushing up against this. But like I said, I did the exact same thing in order for, it's hard to get this on camera, I did the exact same thing in order for the body to fit around these bumper supports. But yeah, it kind of is just as easy to put this body up over the back of the bumper because it's pushing it in quite a bit right here on the edges. So, but yeah, it's a really tight fit. It's because the body's so far back from the bumper. I mean, the stock XMaxx body sits pretty flush with the front of the bumper. So this right here, you kind of just have to push it down and just kind of manipulate it and pull it and kind of just muscle it to get that slide up underneath of that. Because this bumper's, the front part only goes about, it's probably, so the body's probably not actually any longer. The body's probably the same size, but this body only mounts, this is as far forward as it's going to go. Like I said, the stock body sits flush around here, so it's easily 2 inches further forward. So it makes it very difficult to get this body. And then the same thing's true with then getting it back down in the back and then getting it latched. It's pretty difficult. But the end result, though, I think the body looks really good. I think it looks really good on there, though. I don't think I'll have any issues clearance-wise otherwise, possibly in the back, because I was looking at the back, and this sticks out quite a bit here and here, so it might rub a little bit against the rear tire when it's flexing out, but I think it's going to be minimal. But like I said, it's almost just as easy to lift this body up and have that draped over the back of the bumper. It bulges out a little bit, but it's almost easier to do it that way. But yeah, so now that I have the new body on, I got the new wheels and tires set up on it, this thing's gonna be ready for a 60 mile/hour speed run. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, if you're interested in this body, just expect a lot of cutting, a lot of trimming. You're going to have to trim the existing roll cage, at least the front part that slips up underneath the shock tower. You're going to have to do quite a bit of cutting because this doesn't come pre-cut. But it does look good once it's mounted up, but it's not easy to mount up. You really have to muscle it up underneath of there every single time. So if you want a body that's super easy to slide on, this is not it. You gotta have to manipulate the front and then the back and then get the latch pushed down. Otherwise, you're not gonna get this body on. But there's it from the side. There it is from the front.